preseason hype. They've been outstanding early.
And you want to talk about hitting the ground running? They've done exactly this. And you got to give a lot of credit to their coaching staff for getting this team locked in early.
Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Edwards in at the 2. And for Boston, the core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
You talk to coaches about Holiday, they trust his decision-making on both ends. And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Now here's Tatum. Among the best in the NBA for a few years now, Jason Tatum. RJ, he's still quite young. How can he get even better?
Oh, he can just get wiser and wiser, and that's what happens with young players. They get to a physical level where they can dominate, but where they get better is mentally. They get mentally stronger as they get into these experiences more. Now, look, from the moment he stepped into this league, Jason Tatum has been a difference maker. Every team in the league is looking for guys like him. Long, athletic, and most importantly, winners.
Edwards. It's hauled in by White. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. This game against Minnesota is the first time they've met this year.
We see these teams face off only twice a year. Last year, each won.
And who knows, if you want to look all the way ahead to the finals, it's possible these teams could see each other there. So both teams looking to make a statement in their first meeting of the season.
Now here's Edwards.
Oh, yes!
Whoa!
Throw it down!
Oh my, Edwards looking to demoralize the defense a little with that one.
And how about our AT&T 5G slam cam? Couldn't have captured that play any better. Really left him alone that time. Tatum's got 5 points.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
DiVincenzo driving. Rebound Boston. Now here's Tatum. He's got 5 from the stripe. The kick out to White. Pass to Tatum. Tries again. 6 to shoot. And the layup is up and in. 7 points in the game.
This is how confident Tatum is. Knows he can score inside whenever he wants.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
The Celtics have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Now White. Down low. Here's Brown. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Muscling that one in. JB is a strong individual.
Edwards against White. Nice move. And the layup good by Edwards. Edwards has gotten his second bucket.
When you're trying to stop a guy like this, you have to match his intensity level.
To the left wing. Here's Porzingis. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday.
Inside, Porzingis can pretty much take what he wants. He's just too tall.
All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Thanks. Well, the Celtics won their 18th championship in 2024, the most of any franchise in the NBA, and with multiple extensions this summer, securing their core moving forward. Boston has made huge financial commitments to compete for championships every single year.
Not a team to be taken lightly. All right, Shams, thank you for the report.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. He was emphatic, saying that Edwards was their main concern, telling me Anthony poses problems on both sides of the ball, and he is relentless. He doesn't let up. He wants his guys to match Edwards' energy.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Here's White. The Timberwolves getting their last shot to go. Outside, Brown. Pass to Holiday. And it's cleared by Vucevic. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 8. Solid opening quarter for them. Edwards finds Adebayo. White against Edwards. White with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. Here's Tatum. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's on Donte DiVincenzo.
It's crazy. He's growing taller. He's adding more muscle. Tatum just becomes harder to defend in there.
And Boston with some changes. Cornette's checked in for Kristaps Porzingis. Hauser comes in for White. And Pritchard is subbed in for Drew Holiday. And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Olynyk's checked in for Nikola Vucevic. Herder comes in for Anunoby. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's McBride in for DiVincenzo. Good. Adebayo's got 6 points.
That's the spot where Adebayo can do the most damage.
Here's Pritchard. McBride covers. Here's Cornette. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Outside, Alexander Walker. Olynyk with a screen on Brown. The kick to Olynyk. The three is up. Boston pulls it in. Here we go, one-on-one. Brown, no good. The Timberwolves have gone 6 of 11 so far. The shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Celtics lead by 7. Tatum looking it over. Pass to Hauser. Launches it. Adebayo grabs the board.
That's how you want to see them crash the glass. They've been out-hustled so far.
Alexander Walker. Offensive board. Outside Herder. Second shot opportunity. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer.
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
He didn't even look worried about the time on the clock. Nice way to end a quarter.
And so it's Jason Tatum making highlights for the Celtics. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. We'll be back in a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Boston.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
Another area they've excelled in is the points in the paint. They've been able to gouge the interior defense so far in this one.
They've got Peyton Pritchard, Jason Tatum out there with Luke Cornette, and it's Shireman in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. McBride passes to Edwards. Olynyk with the ball. Tatum pulls it in. You look at his college days and his rookie year, Tatum has always been on a winning team, Richard.
B.A., I think it starts with his approach. There's always been an air of professionalism when it comes to Tatum. He's just a young player that is focused only on winning.
Three-pointer off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 5. Strong. Oh, a sensational slam by Ant.
Oh, another highlight reel play from Anthony Edwards. Oh, this guy is fun.
Boston's shooting has been good. 54% in this one. Here's Tatum. Connects on the 17-footer. Tatum's got 13 now.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Alexander Walker with the bucket.
Great awareness from Ant to locate his teammate for the score.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. In for Boston. And here's a look at some numbers for Bam Adebayo.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
The Celtics with the lead. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Cornette passes to Tatum. Nifty move. Another shot. Oh, and it's Tatum finishing it off inside.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
Edwards for three. And it's Cornette with a rebound. Celtics lead by 4. Pass to Pritchard for three. Sends it home from three-point land.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Love up top. Rebounded by the Celtics. Cornette's got 4 rebounds in the game. Hauser passes to Tatum over Edwards. Tatum can't hit.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
It's Edwards with a drive. Grant, when it comes to Anthony Edwards, fair to say he's meeting expectations so far.
Oh, no question, B.A. The first overall pick in the 2020 draft, Edwards has been anything but a bust. Now we are seeing him trying to compete for titles.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Olynyk. Bam Adebayo comes in for Love. OG Anunoby's checked in for Alexander Walker. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for McBride.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
For a center, Adebayo is an excellent passer. He's always so aware of his surroundings.
And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for Boston. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Holiday. DiVincenzo with a steal. Here's Vucevic. Uses the glass on the layup. Vucevic has got 6 points.
They allowed him to establish deep position. Just can't do that.
And they need better team defense. Help out your man in the post. It takes multiple guys to stop him.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
That's the last thing you need to happen down the stretch. Let's see how they respond to the devastating punch.
And the jam by Brown.
Such a great athlete, an elite athlete. JB is at his best, in my opinion, when he is attacking the rim.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Still no points. Tipped. The kick out to Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. Drops in the 3. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure.
Look at the big Tatum from the coffin corner.
Adebayo, a screen on White. The kick out to Edwards. Back to Adebayo. Can't hit that one. Nice D from Tatum.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
And Vucevic with the block.
Powerful swat by Vuce, showing how effective he can be on D.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Outside Edwards. Up top Vucevic. They double team Vucevic. And that one good. Vucevic has got 8. There's 42 seconds left in the second quarter. Outside Holiday. White with a screen on DiVincenzo. Pass to Tatum. 4-3. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists in the game.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
Vucevic, a screen on White. Edwards with it. Porzingis picks him up defensively. Edwards can't hit. Celtics lead by 4.
And they can run out the clock here. No need to rush it.
Yeah, you don't have to be quick. You just have to be deliberate.
Tatum. And the shot is good. Dropping it off the front of the rim. Tatum's got 12 points now in the quarter. There's 6 seconds left in the first half. Edwards for three. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's Boston with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, folks. The first half is in the books, and we've got a lead on the scoreboard for the Boston Celtics.
Even before the game started, you could feel the energy in this arena, man. They fed off that. Big-time home court advantage.
And now to some other news. We've got some trades to talk about.
They wanted some real oomph down low, and Rudy Gobert is here to deliver. A guy you can trust to completely own the paint on the defensive end. This instantly makes them a tough matchup for smaller teams.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian.
We've got second. Half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And you know, Jason Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him, and then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
On the court for the Timberwolves, Dante DiVincenzo out there with Edwards. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Nikola Vucevic, and it's Anunoby in at the small forward position. Now here's Tatum. Oh, look at Tatum! What a finish! And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept the mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Tatum passes to White. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Misses the three. Timberwolves trail by 6. Adebayo with it. Give him 8 points now. Edwards for 3. Yes! And it's Adebayo picking up the assist. Edwards got 14 points for the game.
Shooting the three with confidence. That's exactly what this team needs from Edwards.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants to review the game plan. Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaken out. Taking a look at Boston, they're in 6th place, but still time to make a move in the standings.
You know, for the Celtics, when you think about it, everyone expected them to be an elite team. Now, obviously, they've had problems thus far, but there's still a lot of time left for them to turn this season around.
And it's early. A lot of teams battle adversity in the first part of the season. It's just a matter of getting through it and not getting discouraged. And man, is he in a zone right now. Seems like he can't miss.
Vucevic, a screen on Holiday. DiVincenzo, pass to Vucevic. RJ, when you talk about Vucevic, is he the best NBA player ever to come from Switzerland?
There's an argument to be made. He has the most points by any Swiss-born player by far and the only All-Star game appearances. Consistently productive, Vooch can get you 20 and 10 every single night. It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay from the line.
Back to Tatum. Fires from deep. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. They'll be playing host to Houston for their next game. That game marks the start of a 4-game homestand for the club. The kick out to Edwards. Adebayo sent a screen from deep. Edwards, no good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Brown inside. Anunoby covering. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. And how about Jaylen Brown, Richard? Named to his first All-NBA team in 2023. A very important piece to him.
NBA, what timing. It made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax. At the time, it was the largest contract in NBA history. And how did he follow it up? He won the Larry Bird Award as the best player in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Graham, not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Now here's DiVincenzo, still without a bucket. Shot clock at 3. From the wing, no good, off the front rim.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
And it's Tatum missing. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They trail by 6. And Anunoby for 3. Adebayo against Porzingis. Pass to Vucevic. And stolen by Brown. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. And Boston with some changes. Cornette's checked in for Tatum. And Pritchard is subbed in for White. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. Boston leading by 6. Pritchard, the pass to Holiday. Here's Cornette, covered by Vucevic. Pass to Brown. Look at Brown, getting it done inside.
I love seeing Brown get it done inside. He's more than just a jump shooter.
Here's Edwards. He's got 14. Adebayo a screen on Holiday. Here's Edwards. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Here's Pritchard. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game. Holiday from long range hits a three-pointer. Holiday's got 5.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync.
Now here's DiVincenzo. No points so far to win the drought. And it's good on the lay-in.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
Outside Porzingis. Pass to Holiday. There's 57 seconds left in the third. Over Edwards. The shot by Holiday, no good. Timberwolves trail by 11. Outside Edwards. Edwards muscles it inside. Wow.
And certain nights, Edwards just goes off. Very tough to stop when he's in the zone.
Pritchard, the pass to Holiday. Pass to Brown. Just 5 to shoot. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds now. Now Edwards. He's got 16 inside. Oh, sweet move. Can't capitalize inside. And so it's Boston with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game set. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And from the 2-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
And from a team perspective, having your off-guard brick-off passes like that, it's awesome. It shows you have guys willing to give up the rock.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. They've got Luke Cornett. Peyton Pritchard is out there with Jason Tatum. Then it's Torrey Craig. And it's Hauser in at the 3, the small forward. That's the Boston 5. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Cornett can't hit. Timberwolves trail by 9. All right, let's get an update on Jason Tatum from Allie LaForce. What'd you find out, Allie?
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer of the Celtics was able to update me on the situation. He said the ankle is definitely swelling, but at this point they're thinking it's only a sprain. And just like that, he's right back out there. That's some toughness. I'm sure you guys can appreciate that.
Okay, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Now we know how things are coming along, Graham.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
And you never want to speculate. So it's nice for us, and especially his teammates, to get some facts.
McGee, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. That one misses for Tatum. Timberwolves shooting the rock well at 46%. Up top, McBride. Outside, Olynyk. Back to McBride. Jacks up a 3. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. And it goes. As the official calls the foul. Count it. And he'll shoot one more at the line. Holiday's checked in for Craig. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Boston.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And they've also been so active defensively, getting deflections, forcing turnovers, and scoring off of them.
Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Drew Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense because Drew, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
Herter's checked in for Alexander Walker. Outside Olynyk. Here's the 3. Counted from distance. Olynyk's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
And that's a foul called on Kevin Huerter. That's his first foul.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
And here's Holiday to the paint. Here's Tatum. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got his 5th assist in this one.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight. And with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up.
Here's Payne. And Pritchard pulls it down. Celtics lead by 9. And he gets the bucket.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
The kick to Olynyk. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Here for the Celtics. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Cornett. Jaylen Brown comes in for Hauser. And Derek White subbed in for Pritchard. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for McGee. OG Anunoby comes in for Huerter. Anthony Edwards is checked in for McBride. And it's Alexander Walker in for Payne. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle, and they told their team, no easy threes, let's guard that arc, don't let anyone get an open look. With the lead, they want to close this one out with their perimeter defense. Let's see if they do, Brian.
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
Wow, what a move from Edwards. He's fantastic at creating for himself.
Outside Porzingis. Pass to White. And here's Brown for 3. Rebound, Minnesota. Now here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Wow. Wow, Edwards almost makes it look effortless, like the whole team wasn't holding their breath right there.
Holiday passes to Brown. Tatum, a screen on Olynyk. Back to Holiday. Let's go with a three. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Olynyk's got 5 rebounds in the game. They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been totally in sync.
Got it. And now just a 3-point Boston lead.
And they're on a big run to make this game interesting. Can't let up now.
It's one thing to get close, but do they have enough left in the tank to take the lead? Have to see.
Here's Minnesota. They're on a 13-5 run. To the inside. Here's Vucevic. Porzingis grabs the board. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Celtics. And it's Kelly Olynyk with the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game. Some changes for Minnesota. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Olynyk. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Alexander Walker. Tatum against Anunoby. Outside Holiday. Clock at 6. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Timberwolves trail by 3. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth quarter here. Edwards. Edwards, so good inside.
And you gotta love the mentality of Anthony Edwards. He wants to be the star. He wants the spotlight. Not everyone is like that.
Tatum from long range. The putback. Minnesota with the ball. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Still need this.
What a menacing swat by Bam. Letting them know there are no easy shots when he's around.
Here's Vucevic. And another shot. And we've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Pass to Holiday. Now Tatum. 15 seconds left to play in the fourth. Porzingis with a screen on Vucevic. Tatum with it. Guarded by Vucevic. 5 on the clock. And here's Brown for 3. And he drills the triple!
Showing great awareness and quick decision-making. That's how you handle getting double-teamed.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. The pressure is on. And he's got a plan to share with his guys. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
I don't know if they should be greedy here and go for a 3. I'd take it to the basket, get a high percentage shot, or maybe get fouled.
Here's Edwards. Baseline try. Oh, off target. So it's a narrow victory for the Celtics, pulling it out for the W. What a performance they had here.